We left off here in the last video, so let's talk about what it means for someone to be positive or negative blood type. We talked about how antigens are proteins and how we said that you have an antigen A and antigen B, both or none. So remember, your blood types are your antigens. There is another antigen that can be on your red blood cell called the Rh factor. The Rh factor is just another antigen, and either you have it or you don't. So if you have the Rh factor, you are positive blood. If you don't have the Rh factor, you are negative blood. Okay, so let's add the Rh factor to one of our other blood types that we've already drawn. So going back over here to A blood, let's say this person is A positive. All that means is that they have the Rh antigen on their red blood cell. Okay, so that means they have the Rh antigen. If this person was B negative, it means that they don't have the Rh antigen. And we could keep going. So let's say this person is AB positive. They have the Rh antigen. And O negative don't have the Rh antigen. Okay, that's all it means. You have that protein, you have that antigen, or you don't. Now let's review back to this part down here. You can only take blood from someone with the same antigens. We referred to that as the A and B antigens, but this also refers to the Rh antigen. Okay, so what that means is that someone that is A positive can take blood with the Rh antigen. Okay. They could also take a negative blood type because that blood isn't introducing a new antigen. But in general, just recognize that since this A positive has the Rh antigen, they can take a positive or Rh blood type. So if we look at B negative, this blood type does not have the Rh antigen. And remember, you can only take blood from someone with the same antigens. So, since the B blood doesn't have the Rh antigen, it cannot take the Rh antigen, meaning this person is going to have another antibody, and they are going to be anti-Rh. Meaning, if you try to give this person B positive blood, they cannot take it because they don't have the Rh antigen, because they are all anti-Rh. They have antibodies to fight off that Rh antigen. Okay, AB positive has the Rh factor, so they're cool with it. O negative does not have the Rh antigen, therefore it is going to make antibodies against the Rh factor. Okay. Let's talk about, and you could also have, just as a side note, you could also have A negative, meaning they have the A antigens, but they don't have the Rh factor and so on. So, there's, for every positive blood type, there's also a negative. We won't really go there, but let's talk about universal acceptors and universal donors in terms of blood type. So a universal acceptor means they can accept blood from anybody, right? So let's go back to our statement. You can only take blood from someone with the same antigens. So which blood type here can take all antigens? Well, AB positive has A antigens, B antigens, and Rh antigens, so it doesn't have antibodies to fight anything off. Therefore, It would be the universal acceptor, right? It would be the universal acceptor because that blood would not attack another blood type. It will not create an immune response. It is happy with anything and everything. A universal donor is a blood type that can give blood to anybody, right? They can donate blood to anybody. And so what that means is, if you look at O negative blood, it has no antigens, right? It has no antigens on it. And if you can only take blood from someone with the same antigens, this O has no antigens that are going to cause these antibodies to fight it, right? If you give this person O negative, well, that's fine. There are no antigens to cause any immune response, any attack. So O negative is the universal donor. No immune response. So they can give blood to everybody because nobody is going to fight it off because they have no antigens. AB positive is the universal acceptor because they have all of the antigens. They have no antibodies, so no immune response. It can take anybody's blood, the universal acceptor. Okay. Next, we'll talk about what we mean by fighting something off, or an immune response. Okay, we'll talk about that next. That will be called agglutination. Which just means to fight off or have an immune response. All right.